important. So just give us kind of the top 3 things that you're watching every day as a symbol for success within your world. So give us your top metrics and any, so what are they? What do you track as the kind of the top 3? And then what, if you want to share any specific numbers, of course, people would love that as well. So Nick, what do you have for us?
Just overall, the numbers that we track mainly are percent active. We really feel like there's a settling out point. Your percent active should not decrease that much. And our strongest numbers, the ones that we're most proud of and therefore probably keep our eye on most, are our engagement numbers, so time on site and page views, both of which are huge for us. We're not one of the massive apps. We are kind of more of a boutique, big but not huge, but we really hang our hat on our engagement and our percent active. Our users, once we get them, they don't go away. In terms of with Offerpal, and Julie told me this at the beginning, and she was dead on. You make your money on the number of unique visits you drive to the offers page each day. We put in a few more links, not even more syncs, less sources, just a few more links to the offers page, and we saw a revenue spike and steady. So those are
put in the right place. If you hit right when the person's out of money, or right when they're that moment they're willing to put their phone number or their PayPal in to give you, that's the point you really get them.
Yeah. We have levels, and when someone's very close to leveling up, we'll basically say, if you buy this item with this offer, you will level up if you roll.
That works. Okay, Marcus, tell us what metrics you track on a regular basis. What are kind of your top 3, 2 or 3? And if you want to share any specific numbers, that's always welcome, I'm sure.
I think one thing I should maybe want to share that I'm not sure that many people realize this. The percent of people that make you your money in the game is less than 1% of the people playing the game. Some people look surprised, some don't. So that's what you have to realize. It's a few people that give us a lot of money. My own mother-in-law, she's like my own VC. She plays Kickmania, and she's addicted. Whenever we meet, all these people plays Kickmania, and many does this. So people from all walks of life, may get hooked on your game, and those are the ones that you want to nurture, and those are the ones that give you the money. So it's quite okay to have 99% of the people not do any activity that makes you money, because that 1% will. And so 99% of people may spread the application, and that's good that they do that. And that 1% will make you the money. And so we are quite consciously tracking everything we can think of tracking, and we've got like many people who are on tracking servers that do nothing else but track. So we get nice pretty graphs, and they tell us what's going on. And for example, like it may not be the most obvious thing, but because I've gone through a name change myself in our app, the app name is more than before, highly important for your success. These days on Facebook, for example, the only thing you get to see when you get an invite is that name, not even a description anymore. And so at this point you make a decision whether you will authorize the app or you don't. And you can measure that. So for example, app name isn't easy to do an A/B test, but what you can do is you sit there for a couple of hours, and every 5 minutes you change your name. On the dot, every 5 minutes. And then you plot the conversion rate, and you will see that one name does a lot better than another. So if you have options, you can optimize this. And that's extremely important. We're talking a 20% of difference. So we're just going through a little pain of a few hours of switching back and forth. You can increase your bottom line by 20%. So it's important to realize that there are some metrics that are more directly influencing your bottom line than others. And certainly the application name is one of them.
And what is your PhD in?
Neurophysiology.
There you go. Okay. You can plot that and rotate your name. I think that was a great clue. Okay, Jason, tell us what are you tracking? What are your key?
We look seriously at dozens of numbers a day, and probably hundreds on an occasional basis. But the biggest thing to look at is your viral factor. So that's what you want to look at. If that's good, things are good. If it's low, not so good. You're on a social network, so if your viral factor is low, that signals, not only is it just obviously not good, it signals that you're not really taking advantage of being on a social network. When your viral factor is high, that should be what's happening in front of social network.
So new users is your number one.
No, viral factor, so multiply the percentage of people accepting invites or
Okay.
whatever viral channel you're using, times the percentage of people that use the app that send out those invites, times the average number sent.
Okay,
per
that's a
user.
great tip. Did you guys get that?
XYZ. So your viral factor is multiply those three things. If it's bigger than one, you're viral. If it's not, you're not. And you can look at that very carefully and see. Now, there are a lot of things that will impact that. For example, we only work on Facebook. There are a lot of things that impact that. But if you're looking at that viral factor and those three components, and then watching how the various viral channels are performing, that's the thing I think, Tim. So.
Great.
What are the three factors? One more time.
Okay, so they're X, Y, and Z. Read it's on my blog.
There you go. There you go. Then
Blog,
we'll send out some notes.
blog.appsorama.com.
Okay.
And I also listed the 18 viral channels on Facebook. So when you're sitting there and you're thinking about how we got all of these, there's 18 of them. So remember, the viral factor is cumulative. So if you do all 18, you're that much better off. But the big ones are obviously invites, notifications, and news feeds. There's some apps, profiles, and tabs.
Thank you. Thank you, Jason. Okay, we are almost out of time, so I have